Hello, young disciples. I have something new that I would like to show you today. It's a stress ball, and you can see that it's a stress ball that shows the world. It looks like it's kind of like a little globe, but it's a stress ball, and that means that you can squeeze it and squeeze it. If you're feeling stressed, you can hold it in your hands and just squeeze it, and that might help you take care of the stress. Well, some of you maybe don't even know what stress is. What stress is, or being stressed out, is your body's way of reacting to a challenge of some kind. And a lot of people think that stress is a bad thing. And it can be a bad thing if you don't take care of it. But stress isn't all bad. It helps us to grow, and it helps us to learn. Just think of, some of you have babies in your families, and think about a little baby learning to roll over. And think of the frustration that that baby feels when it wants to turn over, and it just can't do that. And so it struggles and it struggles, and finally the baby flips over, maybe from its tummy onto its back, and is so excited that something new happened. And the same goes for some of you older kids. You maybe are a dancer, and you have dance competitions or performances, and you get kind of nervous as you prepare for them. Or maybe you are a horse rider, and you're going to be performing, and you have to work with your horse, and you have to practice to get better at that. And that makes you maybe a little stressed out. Some of you are in sports, and you have ball games that you're getting ready for, or maybe a music concert that you're getting ready for, or at school taking a test. All of those things can cause stress in you. But stress can be a good thing because it helps you to grow. It helps you to get better at something and learn new things. I ran across a quote when I was preparing for this that I really liked, and it goes like this. It says, "I'm thankful for my struggle because without it, I wouldn't have stumbled across my strength." Well, there are lots of ways to deal with stress. The stress ball is one of them. You can also do some deep breathing, and that helps you to get rid of stress. You can listen to music. That's a way I really enjoy. You can tell jokes and laugh. Laughing is a great stress reliever. You can exercise, either indoors or out. And one way I really love to reduce stress is to spend time outside in nature, just looking around at the world and looking at trees and flowers and animals. It's a great way to reduce stress. Now, looking at this stress ball and seeing the world on it kind of made me think of a song that I used to sing when I was a child. It's called "He's Got the Whole World in His Hands." In his hands, he's got the whole world. In his hands, he's got the whole world. In his hands, he's got the whole world in his hands. And if you think about God holding the whole world in his hands and just thinking about us, that's kind of a neat song, isn't it? It also has some verses where it says, "He's got the itty bitty babies in his hands. He's got all of Dumont in his hands." You can make the verses however you want. "He's got my whole family in his hands." And it just is a reminder, I think, to me, when I heard that, that song went through my mind, it was a reminder to me that, as it says in the Bible, God cares about us. He loves us, and he is with us through whatever stresses we have in our lives. We may have some hard times, but he blesses us with his nearness at all times, during the good times and the hard times. This week, Pastor Gail is going to talk about traveling through life with faith. And as our faith in God grows, we learn to turn to God when we're stressed and trust Him to help us. Another great way to deal with stress is to pray. And that's one of my favorite ways. Would you pray with me, please? Dear God, thank you for helping us deal with stress in our lives. We trust you to always be with us every day and in every situation. Amen. See you next week.